Contingency tables and Venn diagrams go together hand in hand. And so a lot of the times we have two events given, event A and B, and we can put it together as a contingency table, or we can put it together as a Venn diagram. Personally, I prefer making a table. I find it a lot easier, but really they can be done, either way. They're very, very similar. So let me make my table over here. And so we have event A and event B. So we usually have two different events we're looking at. And when we're looking at joint probability, we're looking for event A and B. Now on a Venn diagram, we're going to draw our sample space. We're going to make our two circles, which are going to overlap. And we have event A labeling one of the circles and event B labeling the other circle. The reason why I like the contingency table, it's just a little more intuitive where the different probabilities go. So the joint probability is the cell that's both A and B. The marginal probabilities goes in the margin. So we would have probability of B here and the probability of A down here in the margin of the table. And then in addition to having A, we also have A complement or not A and B complement or not B. So really important when we're setting this up that we have A label over here our columns and B label our rows. We don't want to place A and B on the same, either on the rows or columns together. We want to make sure we keep it separate like that. So then we have all those other joint events, like over here we would have A complement and B. We would down here have A and B complement, and then the last one is A complement and B complement. And then in the margins we have B complement and A complement, and then our total is 1 for our probabilities. Now for our Venn diagram, we have to be a little careful. When we're looking at the probability of A, we actually have to include the entire circle. So if I'm looking for probability of A, I actually have to add my two probabilities from the left side of the circle and the center of the circle, and that would give me the probability of A. So what labels, the side over on the left? Well, this is actually when we're inside of A, but not inside of B. So when we're inside the A circle, but outside the B circle, we call that A and not in B. So A and B complement. The intersection of the two is A and B. And then the side over on the right, where we're inside the B, but not inside A, would be our intersection of A complement and B. And then the last portion we have is the outside portion, which is outside A, so not in A and not in B. So when we label the 4 different parts on our Venn diagram, we actually get our 4 joint probabilities from our contingency table. We don't get the totals like we did on the contingency table. In order to get a total, we would have to add those 2 probabilities, just like we do it on the table. We can add the 2 joint probabilities and end up with the marginal probability. So this is how contingency table and Venn diagram are very closely related. In general, you can, do both of them and use whatever you prefer. So in the next video, we'll go over an example.